Why some people attract toxic relationships. Have you ever wondered why some people, no matter how many times they try again, keep ending up in relationships that drain them, hurt them, or leave them feeling empty? Why some people repeatedly choose partners who are emotionally unavailable, manipulative, controlling, or distant? It's easy to look at those situations from the outside and think, why don't they just choose differently? But the truth is far more complex. People do not consciously choose pain. They repeat what feels familiar. Today, we are diving into the psychology behind why some people attract toxic relationships again and again, and how to break the cycle. Reason 1. We accept the love we learned. No one enters adulthood as a blank slate. We learn what love looks like long before we can spell the word. If a person grows up in an environment where love was inconsistent, unpredictable, or conditional, that becomes their emotional template. Maybe love came only when they were perfect. Maybe affection was rare. Maybe emotions weren't safe to express. As adults, the nervous system seeks what it recognizes, not what feels good. Chaos feels like home. Emotional distance feels normal. Being neglected doesn't feel like a catastrophe. It feels familiar. So when they meet someone who treats them poorly, a part of their brain quietly says, I know this. I understand this. This is what love has always been. This is how childhood patterns silently write the script for adult relationships. Reason 2. Low self-worth keeps people from walking away. People with healthy self-esteem see red flags and leave. People with low self-esteem see red flags and negotiate. When someone deep down believes they don't deserve healthy love, they will tolerate mistreatment because it feels like the best they can get. They fear being alone. They worry they won't find better. They believe they must earn love. Instead of asking, is this person treating me well? They ask, what can I do so they will finally love me? It creates a dynamic where their self-worth depends entirely on the other person's approval. And that is the perfect environment for toxic individuals to thrive. Reason 3. Trauma bonds are powerful. A trauma bond is an emotional glue created by a cycle of attention, withdrawal, kindness, cruelty, love, rejection. The nervous system becomes addicted to the emotional roller coaster. The highs feel higher because the lows are so suffocating. The brain interprets intensity as intimacy. In a toxic relationship, the bond can actually grow stronger when the person hurts you, because every moment of affection afterward feels like emotional relief. It becomes a loop. They hurt you. They apologize. They show affection. You feel deeply connected again. And the cycle continues. Breaking a trauma bond isn't about logic. It's about rewiring emotional memory. Reason 4. Toxic relationships mirror unresolved inner wounds. People who carry unhealed emotional wounds often attract partners who reflect the very pain they haven't processed. For example, if someone carries abandonment wounds, they are drawn to partners who are distant. If someone carries rejection wounds, they choose partners who are critical. If someone carries worthlessness wounds, they attract partners who make them feel small. It's not intentional. The psyche is trying to finish a story that started long ago. If someone grew up never feeling fully loved, they may unconsciously enter relationships hoping, "This time I will finally earn the love I never got." But instead of healing the wound, they repeat it. Reason 5. Emotional manipulators are extremely good at choosing their targets. It is common to blame the victim in toxic relationships, but it is crucial to understand something. Manipulative people are skilled hunters. They look for kind hearts, empathetic personalities, people who give chances, people who listen, people who feel guilty walking away, people who care deeply. In other words, the very qualities that make someone a good partner also make them vulnerable to the wrong person. Manipulative individuals rarely target people who won't tolerate mistreatment. They go after those who can be molded by guilt, fear, or emotional pressure. So being targeted is not a sign of weakness. Often, it's a sign of goodness misused by someone without empathy. Reason 6. Love becomes tied to struggle. Some people were taught that love must be earned. They don't trust affection that comes freely. If love feels peaceful, they may not feel safe. If love feels secure, they may feel bored. If someone treats them well without conditions, they may feel suspicious. Why? Because somewhere deep inside, they learned, love is something you must fight for. They associate suffering with meaning. They believe relationships are supposed to be hard. They think being loved without pain is impossible. So they stay in situations that hurt because they believe hurt is normal. Reason 7. Hope becomes a trap. People in toxic relationships often see the potential of their partner, not the reality. They remember the good moments and hope they will return. They believe, if I try harder, this will change. If I love them enough, they will heal. If I am patient, they will become who I know they can be. But this creates a painful truth. They fall in love with who the person could be, not who they are. And hope, while beautiful, can become the most elegant cage. Reason 8. Breaking the cycle requires reprogramming the nervous system. A person can leave a toxic relationship, yet still end up in another one, because the nervous system is still wired for familiar pain. Real transformation begins when someone recognizes the pattern, understands the wound behind it, learns what healthy love actually feels like, slowly teaches the body that safety is not boring and affection is not dangerous. Healing looks like this: no longer chasing people who avoid you, no longer begging for the bare minimum, no longer trying to prove your worth. Healing is when love stops feeling like a battlefield and starts feeling like home. Reason 9. Healthy partners can feel uncomfortable at first. It's extremely common for people who are used to toxic dynamics to misinterpret healthy love. A kind partner may feel too calm, too stable, too available, too understanding, too gentle. Some even say, "I don't feel a spark." But what they really mean is, my nervous system doesn't know how to function without chaos. When someone has always known emotional turbulence, peace can feel like emptiness. It takes time to learn. Support is not manipulation. Consistency is not boredom. Love does not have to hurt. Reason 10. Self-respect is the cure. There is one universal turning point in every healing story. A moment where someone quietly decides, I deserve better than this. Not louder, not dramatic, just a shift. Self-respect changes everything. You stop explaining yourself to people committed to misunderstanding you. You stop giving unlimited chances. You stop confusing potential with reality. You stop loving people harder than they love you. The moment someone treats themselves differently, the world begins to treat them differently. Because when you raise your standards, you stop being attracted to what breaks you. If you've been in toxic relationships, hear this. There is nothing wrong with you. You did not choose pain. You chose what you knew. You chose what felt familiar. You chose with the emotional tools you had. Healing is not about judging your past. It's about understanding it so you can choose differently in the future. Love does not have to be earned. Attention does not need to be begged for. Affection is not a prize. You are worthy, not because someone else says so, but because you exist. And when you believe that deeply toxic love stops looking like love at all.